right away. But just let me know how you're doing this morning. And let's get ready to get into this thing. Day 3, y'all. Can y'all believe it? Day 3 already. Okay. Like, time is going to pass, and it's going to pass regardless. And it's really up to us to decide what we're going to do with that time. Okay. Because we already 3 days down. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into today's lesson. My great baby may be coming through this door any minute. So I want to go ahead and get everything in before my little bugaboo gets to chasing me around. Okay. But today is self-sabotage. Okay. Let's dig into self-sabotage, because majority of us have been just sabotaging the hell out of our dreams. Okay. We've been just doing things that we know are not going to get us to where we need to go. So we need to recognize when we're self-sabotaging, and we need to learn how to deal with it and divert it, right? When we find ourselves getting ready to step into that realm of self-sabotaging a situation, we need to, 1, be able to recognize it, and 2, be able to stop it, okay? And like I said it on Monday, the first week is totally about mindset. That's all we're focused on in the first week. Recognizing some of our bad traits and replacing them with good ones. Okay? Or ways to work on getting them good. Because the premise of this of 21 days, they say a new habit can be developed in 21 days. And that is true. You can develop a new habit in 21 days. It'll be up to you to keep it going. But in this 21 days, I want us to get better at how we see ourselves, how we talk to ourselves, because ultimately how we see us is how the world views you. The world views you through your eyes, okay, not theirs. So what you want to do is you want to develop habits that you continue to use. Okay, this is not just for these 21 days, y'all. This is for you to take it and start applying it to your life. The life that you have left. Okay? So when you're going through this, take that. Don't look at it as I'm just doing this for 21 days. Don't look at working out as what you have to change how you look at things. You know, people say, okay, it's a lifestyle. And that's truly how you have to look at it. It has to become a lifestyle. You eating better is a lifestyle. All right? It's not a diet. It's not, I'm going to go work out for this trip, and then I go back to how I was doing. Then you fall back right into the same mode of living, feeling, being. And then, okay, we keeping this circular motion. So the only way we stop this circular motion is that we cut off the things that are causing us to go back into that. Okay? And self-sabotage is one of those things that, you know, you be on your diet, you be working out, you do it good for 3-4 days, maybe a week, and then you get to the weekend. You eat bad all weekend, and now here come Monday again, and either you are choosing to start over or you don't start over at all because you feel like you messed up the whole weekend, and now you back where you at. All right? So working out hurts. You are going to be in pain. It is not going to make any sense how much you're hurting. What hurts worse? Getting yourself in order now, getting your health in order now, or having to now be on medicine for the rest of your life? Dealing with high blood pressure, dealing with diabetes. It's not about the physical outlook, although that is a byproduct of you eating healthy and working out. Your physique changes. But it's what you are doing to the inside of your body. What are you doing to your mentality? That is what's most important, right? And it comes with you being consistent. You don't want a doctor to have to tell you that if you don't lose weight, you're going to die. That we shouldn't wait. We should be proactive versus reactive. If you know these things are not good for you now, by all means, y'all, it's not a perfect road. I still eat fried chicken, fried fish often. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like all I eat is salads and fruit every day, because that's not the case. All right, it's balanced though. I do believe I gotta work out. No matter what, I gotta work out, and you can't outwork a bad diet. Okay, you really can't. But I do truly believe, and for me, because everybody's different. Sometimes hormones can be what's holding on to the weight. So you got to make sure, especially if you're over 35 and some of us are over 40, those things also affect our moods. It affects a lot about us. So don't make sure that you are doing the work needed, not only physically, but you're getting yourself checked, because those hormones can also be playing a part in the changes and stuff that you're feeling. And so you don't want to account your laziness to you just being lazy, when actually you have a hormone problem that's causing you fatigue. Okay, so but again, you need to get to the point where you're committed to saying, you know what, no, this is not a diet. I'm choosing me. I'm choosing life. Right? Mix it up. It ain't got to be perfect. Breakfast, lunch, good. Dinner, maybe you eat bad. But at least you didn't eat bad 3 times. Right? And then maybe the next day, you vice versa, maybe you have a bad breakfast. Like, you have to do what works for you. And for me, that's what I had to figure out. I had to do what worked for me. Me trying to eat right every day, do that every day. Like, and I would go off the bandwagon. A cheat meal would turn into 6 months. So I don't let myself feel guilty. Only time I feel guilty is when I don't go work out. That's the only time I feel guilty. Okay? And so, as you're going through this, go through this not only as I'm doing this for 21 days, but I am doing this for my life. Because you started this, at some point you felt like you were stuck. You felt like you needed a change. Well, how is the change going to happen if you don't change? It's not just going to magically appear. You're not going to magically feel motivated. You're not going to magically feel like working out. I'm telling you, if you're looking for that feeling, it never comes. You never feel like working out. But you know it's something you got to do. You can't always be looking for food for taste. No. Food that is good for you does not have the most flavor, but it has the most nutrients. Okay? So, as you're going through this process, say this is something that I am adapting for life. These are changes that I am making for life, not just for 21 days. Okay? So, let's get into it. Self-sabotage. And let me go ahead and get a little water before we do that. All right? Self-sabotage. What is self-sabotage? It undermines your success despite your own wishes, dreams, or values. It often stems from low self-esteem, negative self-talk, and related negative emotions, which are continually reinforced by resulting failure. So, again, as we said, this is all internal, and there are going to be things that you do, you know you shouldn't be doing, right? If you look back on some of the things that happened, you can pinpoint where it went wrong. Some things are not in your control, but a lot of it, if you be truly accountable, you can say, yeah, that was me. You see what I'm saying? I can honestly say my financial troubles are not because of somebody else. It's not because of what my mama did or didn't do, or my daddy did and didn't do. It's because I chose to I let the devil tell me that I wasn't enough, and I let myself get depressed. I stopped doing my income producing activities, thus led to your money funny. Right? I'm tired of my money being funny. All right? So we have to, one, be accountable, and we have to be able to recognize, I'm about to do it. I'm about to self-sabotage again. Right? So here are some examples, and I chose to kind of use people's names and real life circumstances, situations, to kind of make this more relevant, okay? So for procrastination, Jane had an important project deadline approaching, but she kept putting off starting the work. She constantly found distractions and convinced herself that she would work better under pressure. As a result, she ended up rushing through the project at the last minute and submitting subpar work. I am Jane. I've always felt like I work better under pressure. So, what did I do? I procrastinated. I did everything at the last minute. And then when I look back on the stuff that I did, I'm like, I could have did that better if I would have gave myself more time. But I chose not to, knowing that I needed to. Okay? So again, that is how you are self-sabotaging. All right? That's one way, procrastination. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. The more and more I've studied about procrastination, you don't have a procrastination problem. We do what we want to do when we want to do it. Okay? So one way that helped me with determining, am I procrastinating, or is this a real reason why I cannot get it done? Put a dollar value or something of value on the end of it for you. So for me, it's money. I put $1 million on the end of it. If I knew I got $1 million once I finish this, can I go ahead and do it? Most of the time, yeah, I can go ahead and get it done. Outside of a true sickness or illness or something like that, I might have to rearrange something. It may be very inconvenient, but I can get it done. Okay? Yeah, it might be late and I didn't get the workout. I got 30 minutes that I can give myself before I lay down. It's going to be inconvenient. I'm already tired. But the next day, you're going to feel so good about yourself. You're going to feel good about yourself in the middle of it, and especially when you're done. Because it was something you didn't feel like doing. All right? So, again, procrastination, but there's also health reasons, ADHD, things like that make people procrastinate. So, again, it's also knowing your health, especially at our ages right now. I have to keep reiterating that because sometimes it's not you. It's what's going on chemically in your body. And that's another reason why you need to watch what you're putting in your mouth. All right? Feed yourself life. Feed yourself stuff to when you eat, your fullness doesn't make you all and bloated and sleepy, and you got to get away from that all the time. Holidays are getting ready to come up. Go hard before Thanksgiving. So that way, when Thanksgiving comes, you can go ahead and eat, but know that you've been doing right this whole time. Right? But we got to quit self-sabotaging our success. Right? Quit procrastinating. Stop putting off today for tomorrow what you can do today. That is a very true statement. Right? So, check your procrastination. Put something of value on the end of it. And see if it changes your procrastination. Right? That it's a mental thing. All of this is mental. You better learn how to control your mind, or your mind will control you. Okay? We have to learn about mental mastery, self-mastery. You have to be able to control you. You can't control nobody else. Only person you can control is you. Right? So, check your procrastination on putting some of value on the end of it that's truly valuable to you, and see if you can get it done sooner and better. All right? Perfectionism. We talked about Miss Perfectionist yesterday, right? So Sarah had a brilliant business idea but was afraid of launching it until it was absolutely flawless. She spent months fine-tuning every detail, consistently seeking perfection. In the meantime, competitors entered the market and her idea lost its novelty, causing her to miss her opportunity for success. Success loves speed, y'all. Success loves speed. Quit sitting around waiting until you think everything is right. There is never a perfect time. You are never going to have everything figured out. When I started this and I put it out there, I had not even written chapter 1. I hadn't did day 1 yet. Okay? If you were in our previous challenge, when we had our guest speakers, there were common denominators when they spoke. Neither one of them in several of their businesses that they started have it all out. They put out flyers before they had even found venues. Right? And I say flyers, just getting interest, of course, because you ain't got no place to put on there, right? But hey, we're going to start doing this, you know, who's interested in coming? What, you know, Tawana, she started her, was it the Spick and Span company? But she ain't know nothing about cleaning and stuff. Nikki, she had just started like she had never even fully staged a home. But she put it out there that she did it. Sometimes you just got to put it out there and see who bites. And if don't nobody bite, put it out there again. Or find a better way to put it out there. I'm going to tell y'all, when you're trying to grow on social media, you have to be real honest with yourself. My TikTok numbers tell me I am very boring. It hurt. But then people don't think they ain't finding me exciting. Now, I'm not finna go do no buffoonery. And I'm not finna start doing any, you know, stuff that's just really outside of my moral character. But I do have to grow, right? Or maybe that platform is not the platform for me, right? But you're going to have to go through and you're going to have to figure this out. But there's not going to be a perfect time. So get away from perfectionism, all right? Get out there and do it. Like I said, success loves speed. You're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes. It is part of the process. All right. Self-criticism. I think we all know a little bit about that. Mark was constantly berating himself for any mistakes he made in his business. I know that there got to be at least one or two more of us. Raise your hand that be berating yourself behind your mistakes. In business, in your career is a business. All right? So when I say business, we all are in a business. If you work a job, you are in a business. You just have one employer. You just have one customer. But you are in a business. Okay? When you are sitting in front of that employer's customers, you are in a business. Okay? So even minor setbacks would trigger a barrage of negative self-talk, undermining his confidence and hindering his ability to bounce back quickly. And let's just talk about that. Now, these were minor setbacks, but when we see, words are very important. And again, I'm finding that more as I go through the Bible and understanding the Hebrew language. Y'all, some of the stuff that we be thinking we know, we have no idea because we don't even know what the word means. We assume we know what the word means in our modern day terms. But in Hebrew terms, no. That's not what that meant. So, word search, word study, whatever that is actually called, I suggest that you do it. Right? But let's talk about that. Minor setbacks would trigger a barrage. Now, barrage is a very, like, that is boom, 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 boom. So a minor setback has now caused all these negative emotions and feelings, and that done set you back a whole year. Like I said a while ago, that's what assisted in my financial problems. I let the mistakes and the setbacks go through my mind, have me thinking that I'm not enough, that I'm such a failure, and it took me a long time to come out of that. I didn't care what conference I went to, what book I read. I got all the books. I go to several conferences. It was still not right until I did my internal work, which is what I'm helping you guys with now. All right. So these self-critical mindsets held him back from taking risks and trying new approaches. Sometimes you have to pivot in your business, in your career. Okay? You can't always keep going at the same thing the same way all the time. it causes a change. It could mean that some things have to be completely wiped off the slate and looked at it a whole nother way. Okay? That's very important. Yeah, my dog is running through here. Move. Go in there. He'll knock something over. And he's still not listening. Okay. Sorry about that. But, again, self-criticism. And we're going to go more into negative self-talk. I think tomorrow we talk about limited beliefs. So we're really going to dive into the things that we're telling ourselves. But you can start today and watch that when some negative come up in your mind. What we say we're going to do to clear the energy? Clap it out. Clap it out. Some coming up negative in your mind, a negative thought. Clap it out. I used to have a rubber band that I kept on my wrist that I would pop every time I got a negative thought. And I might need to put it back on there because I'm telling y'all, when you're trying to do more is steady coming your way. Right? The devil doesn't like me doing this. And I don't know if God gave him permission like he did Job. But, hey, I'm still continuing on, right? You still got to push on. You still got to show up. Yesterday, I was watching a YouTube short, and it was a congressman. I'm going to try not to go too far down this rabbit hole because I know we're already at time. But, essentially, he was a congressman, and he was getting ready to do his speech. Well, he was late to the podium, and he told the people his wife had just died. So, sorry I'm late. My wife has just died. So, of course, you got all the media out there, and they're like, what? So, they're asking them. Now, they're there for another reason, but now they want to know what happened to your wife. And long story short, he was like, look. He says, my wife died in an accident. He said where they were going. He says, but the world, I can't not do my job. The world doesn't stop because that happened. He was like, I would do nothing, because a couple more people asked questions about the wife, and he was like, look, this is going to be the last question that I answer about that at this time. One of his kids was in critical condition. One of the kids had lost their legs, but he still showed up. Right? Now, that's a hard thing to do. I'm not using that as saying, okay, we should be able to go to work past death. But what I'm saying is that sometimes there is so much turmoil going on around us, but we still have to be able to show up. God needs to see, do you truly believe in me? When you got no money, your ways of would normally work ain't working. Do you truly believe in me? Do you really have that type of faith? And so, again, his story was, unfortunately his wife passed, but he still showed up to do his job. He still did what he needed to do. And he said, there's nothing I would like better than to get up under this podium and cry and scream. And you could see it, but he was still present in what he needed to do. And there's going to be things that come up that you are going to still have to be present and get it done no matter what. All right? Because life is going to keep lifing. All right? So, self-criticism. Not setting clear goals. I got some more goal stuff for y'all that I'm going to break out later on in the challenge to help you if you've never set goals, to give you clear direction on how to set your goals. Okay? But Emma had a dream of starting her own coaching business, but she never took the time to set clear goals for herself. Without a clear vision or milestones to work towards, she found herself aimlessly wandering, unsure of what steps to take next. As a result, her progress was slowed and lacked direction. You can't hit a target you don't set. So if you're just going through here and you don't have any clear goals of what you're trying to reach and where you're trying to go, you will continue just to wander through life. Anything that comes your way, you feel like that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's not how it works. You have a purpose. and you need to seek your God-given purpose. Okay? And then you need to go after it. All right? But you got to have a vision. You got to make it plain. You got to write it down. If it's in your head, it's just a dream. But if it's on paper without action, it's just on paper. So I don't believe that write it down, make it happen. It makes it happen. No, the work you do makes it happen. Writing it down don't make it happen. I got a lot of stuff around here written down. But it's until I start taking those steps to make it happen, all it is just some paper with writing on. All right. The last one I'm going to go over is refusing help from others. I'm not going to go into her story, but you need help. Like I told you about delegation, you need help. You need to put yourself around people who are smarter and are already, excuse me, a dog on my light. If it falls, y'all just hope it don't hit me. You have to get around people who are further than you. If you're in the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And that is something that I am really, really working on. Now, I've been in some rooms. I don't, it's just getting out of my own way. Right? I'm very much an introvert. I'm not saying I'm not social. But social, again, because I'm an introvert, it is draining. Okay? And so, but a lot of it really was self-confidence. I didn't feel confident enough. I can walk in there and I can mingle in there, but I'm ready to get out of there too. So put yourself in rooms where you are the dumbest. All right? Get yourself around people who are smarter, who have done what you are trying to do, so they can give you direction. Quit trying to do it all by yourself. Okay? That's not a superpower. That's not a superpower. Okay? You need some help. You need a team. I'm praying to God for my team to help this vision to come to pass. I don't know where it will lead. I have no idea, y'all. No idea where this is going to go. All I'm doing is doing what I am told to do in the midst of my storm. See, anybody else be like, oh, I got to get a job. I got to get a job. I got to get a job. God is like, that's not what I told you to do. Did I tell you to go get a job? No, I told you to focus on this. But God, my bills. I didn't ask you about your bills. I know what you need. I know what's going on. Like going to him and telling him all your problems and when stuff is due, like that is so asinine. Like he don't know. He is our creator. He know what we need. You just think because that bill is due right now, you need it right now. You worried about your credit, so I need it right now. So you don't want to go off and do your God-given purpose because you worried about these bills. Every payday, your payday is just a transfer from your pocket to them bill collectors' pocket. That's all you doing is transferring money. Do you really think that's a way to live? But we'll go into that more when it's time to talk about business and money in week 3. But we got to get away from that, baby. We got to learn how to put our money places that our money is going to work for us, because there is only so long that this body can get up and work 8 hours and 2 and 3 jobs and stuff like that. That is not it. We have to learn we have to get to a point where we understand how to make our money work for us. Money is a vehicle. Okay? It is currency. It flows. But again, we'll get to that. All right. So, get you some help. All right. 10 steps. Here you can go over different things that you will be able to do to help yourself with your self-sabotaging. Okay? Get there, look at it, go over these things, find what works for you. Again, if none of these things work for you, find another. Just find something. All right? And again, your homework. All right? Make sure you're reflecting and doing your homework assignments, y'all. Okay? You need to get them done. Get your assignments done, because these are there to help you. Not me. Again, we said this is a personal, intentional thing that you're doing for your life. All right? So that's it, y'all. That's day 3. We'll do our accountability check-in, but we're here, right? So I look forward to seeing y'all this evening. Make sure you're getting your daily to-dos done. Make sure you get some kind of movement, some kind of activity. Get that workout in. 30 minutes. You're worth 30 minutes. Have a balanced meal today. My whole house is here. My baby is here, y'all, so it's getting there. Hello. Come say hi to everybody, baby. Come here. Come here, honey. Him not feeling good. Come here, baby. Say hello. Say hello. See y'all later. Say hey. You're welcome. Say hello. You gonna say hi, honey? Him don't feel good, but yes, y'all. So, again. Oh, ain't nobody talking about this night. I said, y'all have a good day. All right, y'all. So, work on self-sabotaging. Catch those negative thoughts, okay? And I will see y'all here at 7 p.m. for our accountability check-in, okay? What? Hello. Say bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? Bye, y'all. See y'all later.